This is Teachable Moments with April podcast. I am your host, April. If you're a returning listener, I appreciate you and welcome back. If you're a new listener, welcome and thank you. To everyone listening, remember, teachable moments are all around us. Enjoy. Bible Stories for Children. Story number 7. A Brave Man. As the number of people began to increase on the earth, most of them did bad things like Cain. But one man was different. He is the man named Enoch. Enoch was a brave man. The people all around him were doing very bad things, but Enoch still kept on serving God. Do you know why those people back then did so many bad things? Well, think who caused Adam and Eve to disobey God and to eat the fruit that God said they should not eat. Have you thought about it? Do you have an answer? Yes, it was a bad angel. The Bible calls him Satan, and he is trying to get everyone to be bad. One day, Jehovah God had Enoch tell the people something they did not want to hear. It was this: God is someday going to destroy all the bad people. The people were probably very angry to hear this. They may even have tried to kill Enoch. So Enoch needed to be very brave to tell the people about what God was going to do. Don't you think? God did not let Enoch live a long time among those bad people. Now Enoch lived to be only 365 years old. Why did we say only 365 years? Because men in those days were much stronger than now and lived much longer. Why? Enoch's son Methuselah lived to be 969 years old. Wow, that's a long time, right? Well, after Enoch died, the people just got worse and worse. The Bible says that everything they thought about was bad all the time, and that the earth became filled with violence. Do you know one of the reasons why there was so much trouble on the earth in those days? It is because Satan had a new way of getting the people to do bad things. And we will learn about this in story number 8. Bible story for kids. Story number 8. Giants in the earth. If someone were walking towards you and he was as tall as the ceiling in your house, what would you think that person would be? What would you call it? A giant? At one time, there really were giants on the earth. The Bible shows that their fathers were angels from heaven. But how could that be? What do you guys think? You guys have any theories? How could that be? Now, I want you to remember the bad angel Satan was busy making trouble. He was even trying to get God's angels to be bad. In time, some of these angels started to actually listen to Satan. They stopped the work that God had for them to do in heaven. You can imagine that. And they came down to earth and made human bodies for themselves. Do you know why? The Bible says that it is because those sons of God saw the pretty women on earth and wanted to live with them. So they came down to earth and married these women. The Bible says that this was wrong because God made the angels to live in only one place, in heaven with Him. When the angels and their wives had babies, these babies were very, very different. At first, they may not have looked very different, but they kept growing and growing and growing and growing. And they got stronger and stronger until, you guessed it, guys, they became giants. These giants were bad. And because they were so big and strong, yes, you guessed it, they hurt people. They tried to force everyone to be bad just like them. Enoch had died, but there was one man on earth now who was good. Can you guys guess what his name was? His name was Noah. He always did what God wanted him to do. One day, God told Noah that the time had come for him to destroy all the bad people. You remember that? In the other story, how he said that to Enoch, and Enoch delivered that message? But God was going to save Noah and his family and many of the animals. We're going to see next how God did this. Bible story for kids, story number 9. Noah builds an ark. Noah had a wife and 3 sons. His sons' names were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And each of these sons had a wife. So there were 8 persons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 persons in Noah's family. God now had Noah do a strange thing. He told him to build a big ark. This ark was large, like a ship, but it looked more like a big, long box, guys. Make it 3 floors high, God said, and put rooms in it. The rooms were for Noah and his family, the animals, and the food all of them would need. Now, God also told Noah to fix up the ark so that no water could leak in. God said, I'm going to send a great flood of water and destroy the whole world. Everyone not in that ark will die. Noah and his sons obeyed Jehovah and started building. But the other people, they didn't get it. And they laughed and laughed at them. They kept on being bad. And nobody believed Noah when he told them what God was going to do. Now, it took a long time to build the ark because it was so big. But finally, after many years, 40 to be exact, it was finished. Now, God told Noah to bring the animals into the ark. And God said to bring in 2 of some kinds of animals, both a male and a female. But of other kinds of animals, God told Noah to bring in 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. God also told Noah to bring in all of the different kinds of birds. Noah did just what God said. Remember, we talked about that. Noah listened to Jehovah God in all things. Now, after Noah and his family also went into the ark, then Jehovah shut the door for them. Inside, Noah and his family waited. Just imagine you are there in the ark with them, waiting. Would there really be a flood as God said? We'll find out. Bible stories for kids, story number 10, The Great Flood. Outside the ark, the people went about their life the same as before. They still did not believe that the flood would come. They must have laughed more than ever. But soon, can you guess what happened? they stopped laughing. All of a sudden, water began to fall. It poured down from the sky as when you pour water from a bucket. Noah had been right. But, yeah, it was too late now for anybody else to get into the ark. Remember, the door had been closed tight by Jehovah God. Soon, all the low ground was covered. The water became like big rivers. It pushed over trees and rolled around big stones and made a lot of noise. The people were afraid. They climbed up higher ground. Oh, how they wished they had listened to Noah and got into the ark when the door was still open for them. But now it was too late. The water kept getting higher and higher and higher. And can you guess how long that happened? For 40 days and 40 nights, the water poured out of the sky. Can you imagine? It rose up the sides of the mountains, and soon even the tallest mountains were covered. So just as God had said, all the people and animals outside the ark, they died, guys. They died. But everyone inside was safe. Noah and his sons had done a good job building the ark. The water lifted it up and it floated right on top of the water. Then one day, after the rain stopped falling, the sun began to shine. What a sight it was. There was just one big ocean everywhere, and the only thing that could be seen was the ark floating on top. The giants that we talked about were gone now. No more would there be around to hurt people. All of them, they died, along with their mothers and the rest of the bad people. But you have a question, I bet. What happened to their fathers, you say? The fathers of the giants were not really human people like us. They were angels that had come down to live as men on earth. So when the flood came, they did not die with the rest of the people. They stopped using the human bodies they had made and went back to heaven as angels. But this is the thing, guys. They were no longer allowed to be part of the family of the other angels of God. So they became the angels of Satan. In the Bible, they are called demons. God now made a wind blow, and the waters of the flood began to go down. 5 months later, the ark came to rest on the top of a mountain. Many more days passed, and those inside the ark could look out and see the tops of the mountains. The waters kept on going down and down and down. Then Noah let a black bird called a raven out of the ark. It would fly away for a while and then it would come back. Because, can you guess why it kept coming back? Because it could not find a good place to land. It kept doing this. Each time it returned, it would rest on the ark. Now Noah wanted to see if the waters had run off the earth. So next, he sent a dove out of the ark. But the dove came back too, because it did not find a place to stay. Noah sent it out a second time, and it brought back an olive leaf in its beak. So Noah knew then that the waters had gone down. Yeah. Noah sent out the dove a third time, and finally it found a dry place to live. Now God spoke to Noah, and you're wondering what he said. I'll tell you. He said, "Go out of the ark and take your whole family and the animals with you." They had been inside the ark for more than a whole year, guys. a whole year. So we can just imagine how happy they were to be outside again and to just be alive. You were just listening to Teachable Moments with April podcast. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I invite you to connect with us on our social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Pinterest. I also encourage you to become a paid subscriber in order to gain access to subscriber-only exclusive episodes and content. As always, be well and stay blessed. Until next time.